Hello and a warm welcome to the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. We're broadcasting live across the country from our Media One Center studio here at number 3 Mama Street, Brookfields in Freetown. First, the headlines. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation has benefited from medical items that consist of spare parts of oxygen concentrators, face masks, and other items.
Developing countries must band together. The world must come together. We have a global challenge in COVID-19.
A senior member of the Sierra Leone People's Party, Alex Bonafa, has declared his intention to run for chairman.
That is tearing the party apart now between two political factions. We have realized.
And in sports, FIFA has declared the president of the Football Association, Madam Aisha Iwansin, eligible to consist for the position of member international FIFA Council after an integrity vetting process, according to a FIFA correspondent to the SLAFO Secretary General. Those were the headlines. And now for the news in detail with me, Yessie Ernest Hallowell. The World Health Organization, in collaboration with the United Nations and the People's Republic of China, has donated medical items that consist of spare parts for oxygen concentrators, face masks, and other items to the Ministry of Health and Sanitation to help the fight against COVID-19 in the country. Admire Samai reports.
The country representative, World Health Organization, Dr. Stephen Shongui, thanked the United Nations, China, and other partners for their continued support in the fight against coronavirus in the country. He further stated that Sierra Leone is in the second wave of coronavirus, which he is convinced that the country will overcome the virus.
But I think the key message is that we need to strengthen the public health and social measures. We need to wear the face masks, make sure that we wear them properly. We need to make sure that there is enforcement of the wearing of face masks in public. We also need to sanitize. We need to wash our hands regularly or use sanitizer. We need to avoid crowded places, where there are large gatherings. We need to avoid that.
The United Nations coordinator, Dr. Babatunde Haonsi, in his statement said developing countries must come together, which the COVID-19 is a global challenge, and the only way they can overcome it is through global solutions. He explains more.
So we do want to emphasize the importance of South-South cooperation. Developing countries must band together. The world must come together. We have a global challenge in COVID-19. And the only way we can overcome it is through global solutions. You cannot solve global problems with national, local responses. So global problems require global solutions. And what we see here is a demonstration of international solidarity, cooperation, that the Secretary General has asked for from the beginning. That if we are to defeat COVID-19, we must come together as the global community to fight this enemy, this common enemy.
Receiving the donation, the Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Amara Jambai, thanked the World Health Organization and its partners for their good gesture and continued support in the fight against coronavirus in the country, which he further encouraged all to continue to adhere to the preventive measure as the virus is still in the country.
But this time round, let me say this. Yes, we do have COVID, but we have not forgotten the other aspect of healthcare, which is going on perfectly because of such donations. You have given us the tools for us to ward off the disease, to fight the disease, and this has given confidence to our healthcare workers, and they are able to take care of COVID prevention activities or treatment. And at the same time, we are able to do the normal malaria, TB, HIV activities. It has gone uninterrupted, which we must say. HE, our president, made sure that we had this divide whereby the NACOVAC is only for COVID. And we in the Ministry of Health have concentrated on routine healthcare services, which all of you know, if not managed, will take more lives indirectly than even the COVID.
Sure.
So we are very, very happy that you've been able to come up with face masks and other gears for us to fight the pandemic.
Alex Bonafa, a senior member of the Sierra Leone People's Party, has on Monday, January 25th, declared his intention to run for the office of chairman of the SLPP in the next delegates conference, slated for May 2021. George Elliott Sam has more.
Alex Bonafa, a senior member of the Sierra Leone People's Party, has on Monday, 25th January 2021, declared his intention to run for the office of chairman of the Sierra Leone People's Party in the party's next delegates conference, which is stipulated to take place in May 2021. While speaking, Alex Bonafa stated that to build a cohesive and agile political party, meeting the expectation of its membership and delivering on sustainable national development in Sierra Leone is one of his main motives to aspire for the position.
Itself apart, they did not commit themselves to having a party where we have two warring factions. They committed themselves to having a party that is progressive, to having a party that is united, to having a party that crosses along party lines or tribal lines or regional lines. What we are seeing clearly today is that there are a lot of political rancors, there are a lot of political pandemonium in the party, and this is not helping our party. Two cases in point. One of them was in Bo. In Bo, at the party meeting, we realized that two factions, the Prince Harding faction and the Jimmy Batilosoga faction, fought to a point that it almost went berserk. It was almost an armed conflict that the police had to intervene. We saw a similar one in Kenema. So we want to nip this in the bud. They are very good candidates, I must assure you, but this is the wrong time for them, because with them, any one of them winning the party symbol to become the national chairman will just create disenchantment amongst the other warring factions or the other supporters. So what we represent is peace. We represent hope. We want to bring the two parties together so they can work together with me. When I become chairman, I bring them together, we work together for the peace of the party and work for the victory.
He further that facilitating the building of strong relationships and networks between and among party members through emphasis on individual and group identity, working as a united entity, creating space, respect for all party members, and opportunities for every member in working towards building a strong party responsive to its membership needs, as well as contributing to national development. In Sierra Leone, it is his main mission for the party.
Certainly, because I have calculated myself and I have realized that I have done this at the micro level. When I was the chairman of Kailan District Council, I had led the district and the party at that part of the country in the most ferocious moment when the previous administration was running. I was there and conducted and won 5 by-elections in the midst of heavy ruling government presence. I did it. All what it needs is political mastermind. I think that I have the wit about me and I have the techniques to handle this very properly. Running a political party is not doing mere political bravadocio. It's about putting your apps together and ensuring that you are politically smart and your ideologies will by far outsmart and outwit the other political party. I have done this several times in my years in the university and even back down in town when I have taken political front stage for my party. I think that with me at the helm of affairs, it is not only now going to be me, but all intellectuals of the Sierra Leone People's Party who think that they will not associate themselves with the current trend of events in the party will now rally around me.
The Christian Relief Services CRS, in partnership with the Nature Conservancy, has held a Western Area Peninsula Water Fund validation workshop at the New Brookfields Hotel in Freetown. Here's the report. Catholic Relief Services is an international humanitarian organization carrying out the commitment of the Bishops' Conference of the United States to protect humanity, promote peace, and support families and community in need. Urban resilience is a priority for CRS, and water security is key to building more resilient cities. As part of their urban resilience portfolio, they have partnered with the Nature Conservancy and government partners to create the Western Area Peninsula Water Fund, which they hope will be Africa's first financially sustainable water fund. Whilst speaking on the occasion, Paul Emis, the country representative for CRS, made mention of 3 places where people living in Freetown can obtain water and solutions to maintain the free flow of water in the country.
We pump water from the river. That would involve a dam and a very long pipeline all the way to Port Lockhart. The water supply from that source would be very limited. We have to pump it over about 50 miles, and when it got here, the water would be full of sediment and agricultural chemicals and contamination, which would then have to be cleaned up before we could use the water. Another solution that is used is boreholes, but there are 2 problems with that here. Firstly, the rock underneath Freetown is fractured and split. Yes, it's fractured and split, so there are no stable aquifers to drill into. The other problem is that if you do drill into the aquifers under Freetown that do exist, the seawater comes in, so you get salty water, which is obviously no good to drink.
Maurice Eli, the Development and Planning Officer for Western Area Rural District, said the challenge of distributing water evenly in the country cannot be done single-handedly by either public, private, or civil society stakeholders. He went further to state that the World Economic Forum has consistently ranked water as one of the most important concerns for the economic community, and that this concern has motivated companies to look for solutions beyond their 4 walls of comfort zone.
The Chairman, the growing competition for water in the connection between food, energy, and cities is increasingly evident. Understanding that the water challenge is so great that no public, private, or civil society stakeholder can solve it individually. It's one of the main strengths and advantages of water funds. They are a space for collective action on scientific analysis of the challenges and long-term alternative solutions.
The Honorable Deputy Minister of Water Resources, Nimatulai Ba-Chang, in her statement, said the Western Area Peninsula catchment is prone to about 2 million inhabitants, and it houses the reservoir, which is the Guma Valley Water Company, which provides water for about 60% of Freetown's residents. She furthered that the Western Area catchment has numerous springs and streams, serving as sources for community water supply systems.
The Western Area Peninsula Water Catchment is home to about 2 million inhabitants. It houses the reservoir, that is the Guma Valley Water Company source providing water supply for about 60% of Freetown's residents. The Western Area Catchment has numerous springs and streams serving as sources for community water supply systems. However, the increase in human activities like deforestation, stone mining, charcoal burning, encroachment and new settlements, as noted in the findings from the Western Area Catchment Assessment conducted in 2020 by the NWRMA, CRS, and other stakeholders, indicate a severe threat to the water resources and catchment of this country.
Water funds are effective in tackling water challenges because they break silo and bring together key stakeholders from all levels of government and from both upstream and downstream communities around a common goal: protecting and restoring the ecological infrastructure that cities and communities depend on. For Star News, I am Yessi Ernest Hallowell reporting. And now for some entertainment news. As Sierra Leone music industry is making its way to the international platform, Sheku Dumbuya, a Sierra Leonean based in America, and Jacob, a Liberian national, have officially launched the S&J Music record label on Saturday, 23rd January at Changes Complex, Grassfield, Freetown, that is geared towards promoting Sierra Leone music internationally.
According to the Chief Executive Officer of S&J Production, Sheku Dumbuya, a DJ in the United States known as DJ Flavor, said the label is established to boost Sierra Leonean artists and the music industry as a whole, adding that S&J Production is more of an actor than a verbal record label. It talk less and an act more production.
Actually, S&J Production, it come about, of course, me younger brother, the X-Men, they're into music. And I see the way, it's struggle for, doing stuff and, because it's so difficult, and we get people, back in the States where, we can't do things because of, the way things are going. Most of the, the people kind of, the past experience. But you always see the push and the challenge we get, and it's come out and hopefully we take something next level. So we have a discussion and we came about, with this production.
Idrissa Kamara, popularly known as the Right Man, Nadewaya Poelwi Krio, one of the newly signed artists by the S&J Production label, expressed delight and explained how he was being eyed by the production. Idrissa, who is popularly known as Poel Krio fame, assured this medium that he will work assiduously for the development of the label. He, however, called on every facet of society to give a handy support to the production.
Inspector Idrissa Kamara, aka the Right Man of Poel Krio fame, Wayana, the Poel Krio, this one has been a blessing. Because if you watch the industry with plenty, if we can get that kind of opportunity, we want to appreciate God for that. And I'm listening at the good work and the hard work we will do. Again, guys, they are so able for seaweed, only we able for going, into business. We put a lot of effort. Then we try to do good songs them. They can also talk to the engineers them. Let them also try to do classic beats.
Ishmael Makkabu, the National Secretary General of S&J Production, gave a brief background of the record label and expressed their intention to expand the production countrywide. He encouraged all artists to be up their game because the production is looking out for short talents.
S&J Production is a new record label that has just emerged. We are actually working on things, We actually have planned to expand it, let it go beyond the capital city. But as at now, to be frank enough with you, we are only centered in Freetown, But one thing you should know, S&J Production, the CFO, which is the Chief Financial Officer, is a Liberian. He's in Liberia, and he's so passionate about this music stuff. So S&J Production too, and in another way, we are international. We are international. We expand beyond the borders of Sierra Leone.
The program climaxed with series of performance by the probated artists of the production and others. For Star News in Freetown, Alusain Abubakar Bangura reporting.
Now to round up the national news, let's turn attention to sport. FIFA has declared the president of the Football Association, Madam Aisha Johansson, eligible to contest for the position of member International FIFA Council after an integrity vetting process, according to a FIFA correspondent to the SLAFA Secretary General. For more on that, let's join Hilton John.
Thanks to Yessi. Welcome for today's sporting news. The president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Aisha Yuansin, who doubles as the head of female football, as eligible now to contest for the FIFA Member Council upcoming election. She has passed the integrity checks. According to Aisha Yuansin, this will help to develop female football in Africa if she wins come March in the CAF conference, where she will be contesting for the vice presidency position. Here is the report. The president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Aisha Yuansin, has been declared eligible to stand for the position of member of the FIFA Council, according to an official FIFA correspondent to Madam Yuansin, dated 26 January 2021 Tuesday. FIFA confirmed that incumbent Football Association President Aisha Yuansin, who will be standing for a second-term mandate for the Sierra Leone Football Association presidency, had passed integrity and eligible to stand for the position of member of the FIFA Council. Madam Yuansin reported went through a very stringent eligibility and integrity test by the independent FIFA review committee. Upon receipt of the results of the integrity checks, President Aisha Yuansin, who spoke a short while ago via an international media interview, was asked about her reaction towards the news. According to President Aisha Yuansin, speaking to Star Sports, "I am truly humble and excited about what the future may have in store for me and the continent in terms of global football governance." She added that her desire is to play a role in ensuring that our women folks are empowered as a force for governance and football development. According to some football stakeholders in the country, they sound confident that Aisha, she is fit for the international job. This it shall be the development of football in the country and also the continent as a whole. She is the head of female football. We wish her all the best. Potential candidates for FIFA Council must pass a vetting and eligibility check by a review committee appointed by the world governing body. The FIFA Council, formerly the FIFA Executive Committee, is an institution of FIFA, the governing body of association football. It is the main decision-making body of the organization in the interval of FIFA Congress. The Council is a strategic body that sets the vision for FIFA and global football. The Council is led by the FIFA President, Gianni Infantino. For Star Sports in Freetown, I am Elton John reporting. Former Cape Bellamy player Mustafa Bundu has gone on loan to Copenhagen after we saw he was signed for Anderlecht. According to the player, this will help to develop his playing time. He is happy for the move. Here is the report. Sierra Leone forward Mustafa Bundu has officially joined Danish top flight side Copenhagen on loan for the rest of 2021 Denmark season. According to Bundu in an interview with Star Sports, the Sierra Leone international told this medium that he's very happy and proud of joining the club he wanted. It is a big club, not just in Denmark, but also internationally, according to Bundu. I look forward to playing in Parken and doing what I can so that the club reaches its great ambition. It is no secret that it has not gone as I had hoped at Anderlecht, but I will rather use my energy and my focus on looking forward to getting started in the club. He further maintained that it will be missed by teammates, of course, James Sturge, Ruben Sellers, just as he told them before his departure. Bundu was part of Leon Stars match in Nigeria and also at the Sheikh Stephen Stadium. He came in as a substitute against Super Eagles in the away match after he scored one of the consolation goals for Leon Stars. Bundu made 109 appearances for his club during 4 seasons with the Denmark top flight side, scored 21 goals and registered 25 assists. For Star TV Sports in Freetown, I am Elton John reporting. Mustafa Bundu scored one of the consolation goals against Nigeria. He did well for Sierra Leone when he was invited. We wish him all the best in his new club despite on loan.
Many thanks, Hilton, for giving us that update in sports. Well, viewers, that's all we have for you in today's edition of the National News. I'm Yessie Ernest Hallowell. Many thanks for watching and do continue to stay with us here for more.